Mullings, 27 years of age, from Harrow, just north of London.
Mullings is a good fighter, and the defeat to Spencer Oliver appeared to have spurred him on to better things. He seems to have matured from that defeat and has looked very good in his last few contests.
Good body shots already from Mullings. Well, let's face it, Glenn, in that Spencer Oliver fight, he looked a very good fighter then, didn't he? But he's got probably better since then.
I think maybe he got a little bit of belief in that fight.
Yep.
I think he maybe didn't quite realise that, you know, he was at that stand. And also seeing Spencer Oliver go on to what he's achieved, I think that spurred him on. Thought, listen, I'm a good fighter. I should be up there back with him in that sort of class. So he's a good fighter.
Makiza with that red waistband on the trunks, the younger man by 3 years. Both of his defeats against the same fellow, Matthias Lalive, both in 1995. One on points, and the other one he was stopped. This is a big step up in class for him. Mullings says he won't take him lightly, won't look past him. Respects him. That's a very good left hand from Mullings, who's already getting in some eye-catching shots, picking the punches well.
He's always had fast hands, Mullings, but just seems to be sitting down on his punches, getting a lot more power into them.
Impressive opening round from him again. Fought as recently as December on the Harold Graham Vinny Pazienza card, but not for very long against that Georgian Abicha Petrian. Again, three-punch combination. Oh, that's a nice countering right, though, from Makiza. Just a little reminder there to Mullings that he can't take everything for granted, but he really has been impressive in this opening round. He's hardly missed with one, has he?
Big round, looking very, very confident. Mullings just stalking Makiza down and then busting through with good combinations and looking very well here.
This is a good fighter, I tell you, this Pat Mullings. Welcome back to the East End of London, Bethnal Green to be exact. The big crowd already in a good mood at the start of the night here, with West Ham cracking in 6 goals today, and they've had some good boxing action too, and Pat Mullings is continuing with it here after a very, very impressive opening round against Sita Makiza, the French-based African. The solid black trunks of Mullings on the left of your picture, the red waistband of Makiza.
Well, that was a very good start from Mullings, but Makiza kept himself together. Nice counter there. He didn't get overawed and just tucked up when he had to and didn't fall apart. And that's important.
His composure and resilience were good in that opening round.
They were, especially when it was such a good start from Mullings.
So will Mullings have to work a little harder tonight? He may actually appreciate getting a couple of extra rounds under his belt. On the other hand, he might not.
Well, I think every fighter wants to get the job done as quickly as they can and get out of there. But I think, you know, in a learning experience, they're always going to get harder. And I think you need the work, you need the rounds. And I think if Dean Powell can get Mullings a good win here and get him some rounds in as well, he'll be well pleased with that.
Mullings, the WBC International Champion, which is a junior bout. He would probably much rather have Michael Brody's British Championship or Spencer Oliver's European title. And in 1998, let's hope that everybody can get their heads together and crack out a deal for some of these fights to happen. Because if you wait too long, they tend to just go away, slip away from you, much in the same way that Lennox Lewis Riddick Bowe did. We never did see it, did we? Again, that little countering right, just exploiting a little gap in Mullings' defence here and there, Makiza. He's only ever had one knockout victory, though, in 12 fights, which suggests that he's not the most dangerous puncher alive.
Well, Mullings has been quite aggressive, so to do that, to let the big punch go and get a bit of power in, you've got to leave a few openings. They're bound to be there when you let punches go. And Makiza has shown himself to be sharp and just finding the gap occasionally with that right hand.
Makiza's come here in good condition. He's been doing some sparring with Luis Mancini this week, and Mancini was the fellow who stopped the very useful Michael Aldis. He's not come over here just to make up the numbers, Makiza. He actually harbours ambitions of victory, and that makes for a better contest, something more significant and meaningful one than some you see with the imported opponents. There's that right hand again. I'm sure that Oliver and Brody will be taking due note of that.
The Mullings, the southpaw, they will be looking to hit and land with the right hand from Makiza.
Ice hockey action for you coming up. Cardiff against Manchester. It's the Devils against the Storm. Thursday, 7:30 on Sky Sports 2. Right now, you're watching the highly touted Patrick Mullings in action at the York Hall in Bethnal Green.
Ian Dark and Glenn McCrory with you at ringside, and if you're late tuning in, we've already had our British Championship fight tonight, and that resulted in a victory for Wayne Rigby, becoming British lightweight champion, outpointing Tanvir Ahmed. Solid black trunks here then of Pat Mullings. Sita Makiza with the red waistband, the French-based African who's performed pretty respectably so far, heavily outworked by the classy Mullings, but just occasionally whipping home a right-hand counter.
In the second round, Makiza again keeping his composure well, coming back with a few more counters, having a little bit more success, but Mullings still doing the better work.
Again, just open to the right hand, Mullings. Just drops that left glove occasionally, doesn't he? And when he does that, Makiza's quite quick to see the opening and exploit it.
Well, I think in a fight like this, Mullings is being forced to gamble a little bit and try and get the power in his left, and because he's doing that, he's leaving a few little holes in the defense, and Makiza is just managing to capitalize. Certainly he's showing that, you know, he knows his way around the ring. Quite a sharp performer, Makiza.
And Mullings just being made to box a little more conservatively than he did earlier on. Maybe Makiza's growing in confidence. Maybe he feels he's weathered the best that Mullings has to offer in that opening round blitz. Mullings getting his gloves up well this time, though. Now trying to work his way in, you feel, behind that right lead. But you feel his respect for Makiza has grown since he started, don't you?
You do, and Makiza is now a little more prepared to try and take the fight to Mullings. I'm not sure Mullings will be too worried about that. He likes to counter-punch. He does counter-punch very well.
Just stung Makiza with one near the end of the round, about there. We're at the York Hall in Bethnal Green tonight. Pat Mullings in the ring at the moment against Sita Makiza. Mullings, the WBC International champion, who's looking to get a fight with either Michael Brody or return with Spencer Oliver.
Mullings just having to think a little bit more in that third round. Makiza coming back with good counters.
Fourth round. Solid black trunks. Pat Mullings, who's on the far side from you now. The red waistband round the trunks of Sita Makiza. Sorry they're both wearing black. There's nothing much we can do about that. Fourth round, due to go 10 this. Mullings, who was coming off 2 first-round victories as well. Just being made to work a little harder here, though. Smart combination, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a nice left, nice right left. He's just picking it up, feels he's maybe stung Makiza a little bit, and this is...
Oh, what a shot! Right uppercut from Mullings. Tremendous shot. Makiza briefly down, but it was a really impressive move through the gears by Mullings, who kind of said, enough of this nonsense, let's get on with this.
Well, that was class, and that all started, I think, from a left, which he sensed he heard Makiza, and now he's putting the pressure on and looking for the stoppage.
Mullings looking like a much more destructive fighter, and he's breaking Makiza up here. The French-African really having to cover up and show some resilience. And look at him come back. That's bravery under fire for you.
He's just done well to get over that. You just feel that Mullings will regroup himself and start the attack again.
Big right hand from Mullings. Makiza is finding this very, very tough. Can Mullings find the shot to nail him and finish it? Effort from Mullings in this round. Durability plus from Makiza in the fourth.
Mullings isn't being reckless. He's looking for the right openings before he commits himself. He probably realized that Makiza's still got a little bit left and didn't want to gamble too much.
Tough little man, this Sita Makiza. At the end of all this from Mullings, he's coming back trying to take it back to Mullings, but Mullings is having none of that. Here he goes again. He's looked impressive again in this round, though, Mullings. The speed. He just looks a more dangerous fighter than he did, say, a year ago.
A lot more devil in his work. He's got that spark. He's got, you know, he just quickly gets into action. That was a wonderful few punches he put together, and look at how many punches landed, 30-6, and they're having a word with the referee.
Yeah, I think
in Makiza's corner.
Now, might this be the end of it? They're unhappy about something. Mark Green, the referee's gone across. Not quite sure what the nature of the complaint is, but the inspector from the British Boxing Board of Control is getting involved too. Has he got an injury? Can he carry on, Makiza? Doctor's taking a look.
Well, he's spitting out blood. Is there a problem with the jaw, or is there a cut inside the mouth? But there's a lot of blood in the mouth.
He's certainly in some trouble. This might be the end of the contest here. Had to take a lot in that round. They're calling for round 5, but it's over. No more, says the referee. He's not ready to come out for round 5, and Pat Mullings has another stoppage victory, and he was worth that, really, for the effort he put in that fourth round.
It really was. And that was a beautiful uppercut. That well could have caused the damage. It could be a cracked jaw, broken jaw, or cut, or whatever. That was a beautifully powered punch. He really exploded into action, Mullings, when he sensed that Makiza was hurt. Put his punches together so well.
He's a courageous fellow, this Sita Makiza. He was quite happy to carry on, but I think they suspect that there is some more serious damage in there somewhere. Whether it's a broken jaw, we're not quite certain, but they're certainly taking no chances, and rightly so. Mullings was winning the fight and was certainly going to go on to win it, you felt, and he has the stoppage win.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the beginning of the 5th round, Makiza's corner have retired the boxer, sustained an injury. Your winner, Patrick Mullings. And please show your appreciation for a very young boxer indeed. Sita.
Well, Pat Mullings, I suppose it was an unsatisfactory ending from many people's point of view, but it was a good test, Barry.
It was indeed, and this kid looked pretty good. It was an impressive finish, the way he put his foot on the accelerator in the 4th round, and very impressive, or in the 5th round, very impressive indeed. This guy is a really good puncher. He's got tremendous accuracy when he needs to, and you know, I think that the future looks very bright for this kid.
Well, let's hear from him right now. He's with Ian Dark.
Now the stoppage win for you, Pat, but he made you work for that, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we knew he was durable and tough. I mean, I think I need to have a few more fights like that to get me ready for the big fights, you know.
It was a durable effort from Makiza, but you really seemed to go through the gears in the 4th round. It's almost as if you came out saying, I've had enough of this, let's get this finished.
Well, to be honest, Frank and Dean was in the corner, and they said, you know, Pat, work, and put your punches together, don't go lazy, because I wanted to pace it out, because, I mean, in the first couple of rounds, I tried to give him what I had, and he was durable, so I didn't know, you know, when he was going to go, to be honest, but Dean and Frank thought I was a bit lazy, so I was told to step it up in the 4th, and that's what I've done.
Well, you've won the fight. Quick word here from Frank Maloney, and it has to be a bit quick. Are we any nearer seeing a fight between this fellow and Michael Brodie, or a return with Spencer Oliver, or is it no news?
Well, I think Pat will definitely be the mandatory when Michael's next mandatory come up, so we just have to take our time and keep going. Spencer, we just have to wait till Jess decides to come to the table and wants to negotiate the fight, because he's ready for Spencer anytime. That's the fight he wants more than even Brodie.
OK, we look forward to seeing it in 1998. Thanks a lot. Well done tonight, Pat.
Yeah, either of those fights would be pretty tasty, wouldn't they? Pat Mullings, winner again in Bethnal Green here this evening.